Hi, Taehyung lovers all around the world. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers Worldwide channel, a channel that always stands on the front line to spread the kindness, influence, and peaceful aura of Kim Taehyung to every corner of the world. But today, stop for a moment. Just 3 seconds. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Because February 2026 brings something the world was not prepared for. Not a comeback. Not a press conference. Not even an official announcement. Yet a single step taken that morning in Seoul was enough to make cameras shake, media panic, and the global public ask once again, why does this one name always become the center of everything? What actually happened at Seoul Airport that morning? Why did all cameras move in only one direction? And why, after the car door closed, did the world grow even noisier? This video is not just a story of a return home. It is about the power of silence, global pressure, and how Kim Taehyung once again made the world turn its head without asking. Watch until the end, because in the final part, you may be shocked and angry when you realize how the industry treats a single human being named Kim Taehyung. If you want the world to continue seeing the goodness of Kim Taehyung, don't forget to like, write your opinion in the comments section, subscribe, and activate the notification bell. Share this video. Make it viral. Because when we stay silent, big stories are often twisted. And on this channel, we choose to speak. February 2026. What happened in Seoul that morning was not merely the return of an idol, but a global event that once again affirmed a hard-to-deny fact. The center of the world's attention today is still named Kim Taehyung. Without an official announcement, without a red carpet, without excessive ceremony, a single step was enough to make the world turn its head at the same time. This is a power that cannot be engineered, cannot be forced, and is instead born from consistent calm. February 2026, Seoul. The international arrivals gate had just opened when the atmosphere changed dramatically. Cameras were raised in unison. Flashes chased one another without pause, and one name echoed to a crowd of reporters and fans. Kim Taehyung. After crossing continents from Lisbon, Portugal, he finally arrived safely in South Korea. Within seconds, the moment spread across global media, from Korean news portals to international platforms that made his return the main highlight of the day. Kim Taehyung landed in the morning local time after a long, exhausting flight from Europe. Hours of travel spanning thousands of kilometers did nothing to erase the calm aura attached to him. Amid natural physical fatigue, the global public shared a single hope: that Kim Taehyung could rest well and be seen healthy as always. This hope was not merely fan empathy, but a reflection of the emotional bond that has been built over years between a global star and millions of eyes that continue to watch him. What drew attention was not only the fact of his return, but how Taehyung appeared in public space, in the middle of a sea of people. His figure remained easy to recognize. The iconic red jacket he wore, paired with a knit hat and a black mask, actually emphasized the silhouette, rather than concealing his identity. The simple style made his presence stand out even more. In an airport packed with army and reporters, Kim Taehyung once again proved that he is a center of gravity that cannot be avoided. Security appeared far tighter than usual. In one moment clearly captured by media cameras, the manager placed his hand over Taehyung's head as he entered the car, making sure his head did not hit anything amid the pressure of the crowd. The gesture was brief, almost easy to miss at a glance, yet its meaning was very strong. It was not only a form of physical protection, but a symbol that Kim Taehyung is guarded with full awareness of just how great the risks and pressures surrounding him are. After nearly a week in Lisbon, the enthusiasm of army awaiting his return was indeed at its peak. The situation at the airport presented a nearly ironic scene. All reporters ran after Taehyung. Cameras stayed on non-stop. Microphones were directed to the same single point until he completely entered the car. After the car door closed, the atmosphere suddenly changed. Cameras lowered. Some journalists looked confused while searching for the other members' vehicles. Others stopped as if realizing that the main moment was over. This scene became a naked portrait of today's global entertainment industry, where one name is able to draw attention far beyond reasonable limits. This reality triggered emotional reactions from the public. Some were amazed, some were angry, and others questioned the fairness of it all. Why must one person carry such an enormous spotlight? Why does the world seem to give no room to breathe? Yet it is precisely at this point that the Kim Taehyung phenomenon becomes even stronger. Even though part of his face was covered by a mask, his handsomeness remained undeniable. More than that, his calm and friendly attitude once again captured hearts. Amid the pressing crowd, he still offered polite gestures, walked without rushing, and showed respect to fans and airport staff. Kim Taehyung's calmness is no coincidence. Media psychologists often refer to this kind of aura as authoritative calm, where a stable demeanor actually reinforces personal strength. The more the world presses in, the more controlled he appears. This is a paradox that leaves many people silent, yet emotionally stirred. The world seems to demand more, while Kim Taehyung responds with silence and consistently mature behavior. This return ultimately was not just about arriving from one country to another. It was a moment of reunion between a global icon and a world that had long been waiting for him. From Lisbon to Seoul, from Europe's spotlight to Asia's embrace, Kim Taehyung once again appeared in public space in a way that never loses meaning. Media data showed a massive spike in coverage in global searches within 24 hours of his return, confirming that his influence is not bound by location, language, or time. Yet behind all the numbers, statistics, and headlines, the strongest voice came from fans around the world. Not demands for new projects, not pressure for appearances, but a simple message echoed across countries. Rest well, Taehyung. This message became the most humane closing of a global event, reminding us that behind his status as the center of the world's attention, Kim Taehyung remains a human being entitled to health, rest, and happiness. And perhaps here lies his greatest strength. He not only makes the world marvel, but also care. And it is at this point that the story ends, or perhaps just begins. February 2026 has recorded one undeniable truth. What happened in Seoul that morning was not merely to return an idol, but a global event that once again affirmed that the center of the world's attention today is still named Kim Taehyung. Without announcements, without a red carpet, without ceremony, a single step was enough to make the world stop and turn its head together. This power is not fabricated, not engineered, and not forced. It is born from consistent calm, from a silence that instead shakes the world. If you have watched until here, thank you. It means you are not just a viewer, but part of those who truly care. Write your opinion in the comment section, subscribe, and activate the notification bell if you want to continue seeing the truth, calmness, and goodness of Kim Taehyung voice to the world. Make it viral if you feel this deserves to be heard. And if you do not like this content, that's okay. Feel free to skip it. The Taehyung Lovers channel never forces anyone, because those who stay will always know one thing. Kim Taehyung's story never ends at one airport, and the world is not done looking at him.